All right, how's everybody doing? Welcome. So thanks for your patience. I think other presenters can just click unmute and camera on to join me up here on stage. So we're .x, thanks everybody. Alex, I see some great, I love the chats. Please keep the chats going. Eskimo, the chats always keep things live. This is a live event. It's online, but it's live. So we have lots of great sessions here. And we are really a pleasure to have everybody here. HNS broker, Jahan, thank you. So if we have some slides for the backstage, and of course, Jose, and everyone's been talking to Anne. Anne, thank you so much for helping so hard, and a lot of the team behind the scenes, Stephanie, making this a reality. It's very much appreciated. If we could share the agenda quickly here on this screen. All right, thank you. And so this year's amazing speakers, we have a huge lineup. Again, you can see at HandyCon.xyz. We also have HandyCon.com. Erwin HNS Australia has picked that one up. But we have a great lineup. And of course, just as we said at the beginning, our amazing sponsors, our brown sponsors, DWeb Foundation and .x. Thank you so much for support, as well as community sponsors, Handshake Australia, Namebase, Decentralizers, and HNS.market. There should be a visual. I believe you should, if everybody, maybe others can say if you see the screen or not and see. Okay, people see it. All right. So this is day one. We're kicking things off. And Jahan will come up here in a second. I'm just going to quickly go through. Just seeing the agenda. Do you not see me? All right. Well, hopefully you can see me. But this is the day one. Okay, thanks, Paul. Yeah, we're just getting used to this software. First time for us. We switched over from AirMeet for the last 4 years. Okay, thank you, .x. Thank you. Yeah, please keep the chats going. This makes it fun. So this is the first day. You can see the lineup here. We have some great topics and discussions. And then day two, we can flip over tomorrow. It's going to start a little bit earlier than today. You can see the time. This is in Pacific Standard Time. So adjust to your time zone correctly. And then the final day is a shorter one, but of course we have the fun auctions and some other interactive sessions and more great presentations. Namebase will be sharing and others. So we're really excited for that. Next. Yep, and our auction, Flamingo Handshake. I'll be wearing the glasses. Maybe I should wear them right now. What do you think? All right. And we have a meme contest happening right now where you can win some HNS. Let's check our Twitter for more. So this is about togetherness. This is our 5th annual. Can't believe it. So I'm going to invite Jahan up on stage. He's here with me. If you're there, Jahan, I think you just got to unmute and yeah, there you go.
Hey.
Jahan from Kinetic Capital, supporter for early days in Handshake and here with us since the beginning at first HandyCon. So it's 5. Can you believe it? 5 already?
Great to be back.
Yeah.
Great to still be out there alive and kicking. I mean, I think that's the name of the game in crypto is always, survive until the next cycle, survive until the next wave. So it's great to see everybody still out there thriving and surviving.
Exactly. It's true. You persist. We can't. That's the beautiful thing about this community is people keep holding the torch and passing the torch. What are some trends you're seeing now in the market and over the years?
Yeah, I mean, I just came back from ETH Denver. I don't know how many of you were out there in the balmy kind of Denver weather, but ETH Denver was pretty active. I mean, as you can imagine, it was the market has been really pretty terrible top to bottom, and it was very much a builders conference. People were heads down, people were building. There was very little hype, very little grift, very few lines. It was really just people that were there who were doing what they felt was cool stuff. A couple of the narratives that I've seen, one of the narratives that I've been personally kind of very focused on is agentic AI. And I think that's actually a really interesting kind of hook potentially for the Handshake community to be looking at, because agentic AI obviously is the use of crypto-enabled AI agents. And our thesis is that this has the ability to be Web 4, the new layer of the internet, which is populated pretty much primarily by AI agents who are talking to each other, transacting with each other, and have the capability to generate more transactions and commercial value and volume, whether it's DeFi trading, whether it's other types of utility, because agents don't sleep and agents can replicate agents, I think we will very quickly find ourselves in a space where people will be interacting with agents as, even more than they interact with ChatGPT. And I think that we will have an agentic moment, the same way we had a ChatGPT moment where everybody had heard of kind of generative AI, everybody had heard of this kind of chat, but until you actually experienced it didn't quite make sense. And I think probably maybe 2020, late 2025, maybe early 2026 is when we'll probably see the first really extremely useful personal agent that will exist across social medias, that will exist across email, that will be interoperable with different types of, kind of proprietary enterprise software. And that will be our moment. Now, I'll bring it back to Handshake because obviously from an identity standpoint, Handshake stands for identity via kind of decentralized domains. And I think there's an incredible opportunity for Handshake to try and capture, get a little bit ahead. It's already kind of gaining a lot of steam, as you might have seen with some of the agentic platforms like Eliza and Virtuals. But I think there's a really incredible opportunity for Handshake to think about what it means to provide utility and to try to provide identity and to some degree security and autonomy for agents. Wouldn't it be cool if Handshake was the first chain that could provide sovereign identity for autonomous agents, right? Handshake absolutely needs a jolt. It needs to find ways to basically jump ahead, not just one step ahead, but 5 steps ahead. That is, in my mind, the way that Handshake can reestablish relevance and utility and fulfill its destiny as one of the kind of prime blockchains for the Web3 world. But it does require kind of everybody here on this call and who have been supporting Handshake for such a long time to think differently and not just to try and play, the L1, the incremental L1 game. It also requires us to really be kind of reaching out, act proactively to partner and to collaborate and interoperate with other chains, other platforms. I think Handshake has its kind of core community, but that community could be bigger. And I think that cross-pollination and especially utility-based cross-pollination is really where that is. And I honestly believe that because of this potential of agentic AI and the ability of agents to replicate themselves and their ability to scale transaction volume and transaction value kind of ad infinitum, there's just this great and small window for Handshake to take a little bit of a pivot or a little bit of a detour and run down this kind of rabbit hole of agentic and see what's there. It will require a lot of kind of focused community and dev work to see what's possible and to talk to some of the other frameworks and see what they can really offer. But if we can capture this space, Handshake really has, I think, a really great opportunity.
Hey, we've chatted about it, and you give me some inspiration in what I'm working on and at the community here. But it makes sense. And I was also at a Handshake Mastermind Twitter Spaces. People were getting excited. I was sharing some of that you had your inspiration. Plus, I was at Consensus in Hong Kong. I didn't make it to ETH Denver, but similar type. Yeah, like AI Agent Day. I think I have a sticker of the side event here on one of my old phones. But yeah, and it makes sense, right? Like identity for these agents. And literally somebody told me, why do you need Web3 for agents? That's what somebody told me yesterday. I was talking to an investor, and he's just like, Web2 is fine for agents. And I said, well, I don't trust everything on Web2 in a centralized database. I feel like Web3 is the place, right? Especially, and for naming, right? Like, everything can be done on, not everything on chain, but you can verify what's happening with these agents in a blockchain. And
verification, absolutely. But our thesis is that the whole crypto industry has been waiting for the right use case, right? That's always been the big complaint that crypto's it's the hammer, like looking for nails. That's been the criticism from the very beginning. And I honestly believe that while there has been some great use cases like payments and stable coins and to some degree DeFi, and potentially kind of digital assets to some degree, they haven't really been able to break out, the cryptosphere into the mainstream. But I do think that it's actually agentic AI that will use crypto payment rails, crypto security, verification, as people have been saying in the chat. All of these things are what crypto was made for. It might turn out that actually crypto was never meant for, kind of lowly humans. It was actually meant for agents to be talking, transacting, collaborating with other agents. And I think that's a pretty interesting opportunity.
Okay. Yeah, and we'll be sharing. We have some sessions chatting about that this conference, and I know people are very excited about that from other conversations, and it really does make a lot of sense. Some people in the Q&A say they can't hear me, but I hope they can hear me. And this is the real us, right? When's there going to be the AI agents of us? Actually, I've been playing with that. Some of my videos are AI versions of me. I don't know if they're agents, but they're AI videos of me. I've used various software, but I don't know, maybe HandyCon 6 next year will be our AI versions at these events.
Yeah, I mean, agents offer an incredible opportunity for us to kind of replicate. We're looking at even agents that will be your digital twin and can kind of generate value while you're sleeping. Agents that are trained on your personal data that can kind of respond to things in your absence. So that's absolutely where we're going. And just like ChatGPT, there's going to be a moment where we wake up and say, oh my God, like what just happened? Everything is different now.
Yep. And speaking of, I did see a conference on Twitter, I still call it Twitter, about an AI agent conference run by AI agents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Insane.
Yep. And hackathons too. I've seen agentic hackathons run by agents.
Unbelievable. But yeah, I'm on this. I'm on the same page. I think it is a right spot for us as a community, as a naming, and there's going to be more agents than humans, or maybe there already is. And they're going to all need names. They're all going to need verification. So, Thanks again for making it here, Jahan. I know you're super busy, so I really appreciate you making the time to share with us. I think we're going to wrap up this kickoff session and move into our first session for today. Thanks everybody for being here. I'm seeing the chats. Please keep the chats going. Of course, share on social media what you like. We'll be going for a few days straight. This is just the first of many. So thanks again, Jahan at Kinetic Capital.
Good to see you guys.
Cheers.
This event wouldn't be possible without our amazing sponsors. Our bronze sponsors, D-Web Foundation, .x, our community sponsors, Handshake Australia, Namebase, Decentralizers, HMS.market. Thank you for your support in building a decentralized future.